So you write your goals here all in one place. And then now you're not like, okay, I'm done. I've got my goals. Now I close out my goal planner, shove it somewhere and go on with the year. No. So these PowerSheets, this goal setting tool, they're just like money, phones, a nice house. They are a neutral tool that is not good or bad, and you get to decide how to use them. You get to decide if you will pursue things that don't truly satisfy and if you will get distracted from what matters, or if you will use them to advance the kingdom of God and bring joy and growth into your life and the lives of the people you love. Well, hey, I'm Diana. I'm a certified professional life coach for overwhelmed, go-getter Christian women who want to simplify and systemize their life to make time for the stuff that really, really matters. So check below for some free resources and info on working with me, and hit subscribe, be part of our family here on YouTube. We also have a giveaway link for PowerSheets below this video, so look for that. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the PowerSheets Goal Planner, what it is if you're not familiar with it. I'll show you inside, give you an overview of the goal setting steps of this amazing tool. I'll share some insights on how I use them and approach them. And most importantly, I wanna leave you with a rallying cry to use your God-given ambition, if that's something He's blessed you with, and use it well. Okay, so first of all, what are PowerSheets? PowerSheets are a goal planner that help you set goals, plan them out, and then take action on them and track them. They've been around 10 years now. I've been using them, I think most of those years, and they were created by my friend and a former coaching client, Laura Casey. Laura is a woman who loves the Lord deeply, and she is so passionately devoted to helping women use their days well. I mean, her company is called Cultivate What Matters. Like, could that name be any better? And I know, like, a lot of you watching this, you're just like me. I know I'm not the only one who just ache to steward well this precious short life that God has given me. And PowerSheets are one of the tools that help me do that. So PowerSheets basically have 5 main components. Number 1 is the prep work. Number 2 are the yearly goals and goal plan. Number 3 is a quarterly refresh. And then steps number 4 and 5 kind of go together, I would say, which are the monthly planning and the monthly tending list. So let's walk you through each of these sections and give you an overview. I'll show you my favorite pages. I'll share some of my tips with you, and I'll show you what's new in 2022 for PowerSheets. Okay. If you are a sticker person, you get some stickers for PowerSheets. You can also buy like an additional sticker book with lots of stickers. So if that's fun for you, I don't always use them. I keep it a little more simple, but they can be very fun. So first of all, you're gonna start by just brain dumping. You're gonna capture any ideas that you have here on this goals ideas page. Start getting them out of your head. Then you're gonna enjoy a couple of pages of just kind of checking in about yourself, who God made you to be. Now, PowerSheets are not a specifically Christian tool. They're not created just for Christians, but they're created by Christians, and I think you're gonna be able to tell that as you walk through them, because they're not focused on fluffy, shallow things. They're gonna help you focus on the stuff that really matters. You'll spend more time thinking about who God made you to be, what makes you come alive, what fires you up. This is a common tool in the personal growth world of rating the different areas of your life, assigning a number to them, and really considering each area. Sometimes we get I see this all the time with myself or clients, we get such tunnel vision on like one area, but we don't notice the pain points in other areas too, or we don't see what's going really well. We're so focused on like the health slump we're in that we don't realize like, wow, my marriage has been really good, or our finances have been really stable. What a blessing. Some great questions in here. I love PowerSheets. So I am a certified life coach. So I've been to coaching school, and the coaching model that I was trained on, to very much simplify it, is basically like awareness, vision, and strategy. And PowerSheets literally follow that model. Like, they help you dig into where you are right now. What is your starting place? Then they help you think about where you'd like to be. And then they help you figure out how to bridge that gap, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. So these are some really good reflection questions to think about, like what worked last year, what didn't, what did I learn from that? A lot of us just like keep plowing forward without looking back to be like, oh, here's what I can learn about from what worked or what didn't work. A great spread here on basically limiting beliefs and breaking past fear, breaking past your potentially limited identity. And then now we're starting to get into vision. So thinking years from now, like what will have mattered? What won't have mattered? Again, this is what I love about PowerSheets. Like you're not just setting goals to like lose weight and be skinny or something like that. You're really thinking about what matters in the big picture, what matters long-term, and how can I move in that direction? And like, what kind of a person do I want to be? Now you're going to think through, and this is a great tool. Like if sometimes people get stuck on like, I don't know what my vision is. So I will literally tell them, and now this is a new feature in PowerSheets this year, which I love. I will tell them like, think through each category of your life and think about your vision in those specific areas. So they give you space to do that. And then to kind of think about like, what might that look like this year? So they're walking you through this very intentional process to, think about where you are and then think about where you'd like to be and have it be broad and then make it a little bit more specific, but long-term, and then make it more specific and just for this year. And you'll see like all of this is helping you to get more clear on what do I actually want my goals to be. So as you can see, you do not just open up this workbook, this planner, write down your goals on page 1, and then you're off to the races. You put effort into it so that you end up with goals that are really good. I know this is a favorite page for a lot of people, just listing out what I'm saying yes to, what I'm saying no to this year. I come back and reread that page all the time throughout the year. This is kind of like a fun Mad Lib, like filling in different prompts about the year, another great one to come back to. And really kind of like make a declaration of here's who I want to be, here's what I want to focus on. This is a new feature for this year where they kind of talk about like your goals you're gonna set different kinds of goals. Not every goal is gonna be something that has an end to it and you check it off in a month. So they kind of talk about how there's habit goals, there's finish line goals, and then there's big dream goals, and kind of encourage you to like have a balance of those things. Now we're starting to set goals. So now we're definitely getting into strategy. We're starting to get more clear, make some decisions, starting with a rough draft of what you think your goals might be for the year. And then here you write your goals down. Dun, dun, dun. And if you use the stickers that come in the PowerSheets or the extra sticker book, there's all sorts of, you probably can't see it on the video but there's like a faint outline here. There's all sorts of little things you can do to like color code your goals and match them up with the color of the category, like, a certain color for finances and health and stuff like that. So they give you space here to write up to 8 annual goals if you'd like. Sometimes I set annual goals and sometimes I will focus more on quarterly goals, but they give you chances to refresh them as you'll see. So you write your goals here all in one place, and then now you're not like, okay, I'm done, I've got my goals. Now I close out my goal planner, shove it somewhere, and go on with the year. No. They're gonna help you take action. So I almost forgot the vision board. I think this is in a different spot than it used to be. So here's a chance to like cut out stuff from magazines or whatever, or draw out a vision, or I like to usually make a Pinterest board and put images that feel really powerful to me that I can look at over and over and really cement like the kind of person that I want to be and how I want to grow in the Lord and all those kinds of things. So a vision of the year. And then, this is another new page that is so fun where they're basically coaching throughout. You can see like, this isn't just a planner with a bunch of blank lines. They're coaching you through this whole process, and you guys, they're good at this. This goal planner is like self-guided coaching. If you actually use this thing, it will be very, very powerful. And this is a new page where they're coaching you through how some of the most common things that hang us up and how to actually turn those challenges into opportunities. So like comparison, overambition, perfectionism, not like any of us have ever done that or struggled with that, right? Okay, so now we are gonna break our goals down. Break it down. We're gonna get more specific with each goal. So you have a 2-page spread for every goal. Each of your 8 goals, or however many you decide to set, you can set less than that. You have a 2-page spread to write out like your why, what motivates you, resources you need, what will success look like for this goal at the end of the year? How will I have fun with this goal along the way? Who are the people who will be positively affected by this goal? And then you have this blank page here. So at goalschool.com, when you buy PowerSheets, you have access to a bunch of what they call wildcard pages. So they're all these extra pages that you can download, print out, cut them out, tape them in. You can use like fun little PowerSheets, pretty washi tape, or whatever you have around. You can tape those in, and that can help you get more specific and really kind of customize this planner, this goal planner for yourself. And there are additional empty pages throughout PowerSheets where you can add in some of those wildcard pages and like track your books or health related things or plan out content if you have a business, like all sorts of different things like that. So they have a couple different options of wildcards related to goal setting that you can choose which one is going to be most helpful for you. So that like there's 8 2-page spreads for each goal. So you're really thinking about it and really making sure that you have a plan. You think through the how. How are you going to actually make it happen? And now, okay, you've got these 8 great goals. Awesome. Now let's start January 1st and try to do them all on day 1. No, not a good idea. So here is a spread, yearly overview, where they give you a chance. They have like each quarter of the year and a chance to kind of slot in when you think you might want to work on those goals throughout the year. So you don't need to do everything in January. Maybe you just start with 1 or 2 of your goals and you know like, okay, June is going to be a really good time to work on whatever it may be, something that's more appropriate at that time of year, and you kind of slot that in so you have a general idea. Here are a couple blank pages for more wildcards that you can customize. All right, so that is the prep work. That is the work that you're gonna do before the year starts, ideally, or whenever you get to it. Honestly, this past year, I did not start PowerSheets until April. I had a baby in July, so I had like a 6-month-old, and I just decided to wait, and that's okay. So now we are to the monthly planning and the monthly tending list. So for each month in PowerSheets, and you can see they've got nice little tabs printed so you can find them easily. You also get this little bookmark that comes that you can snap that in wherever you want. So they've got some little prompts for you, some things to think through. They do have kind of a more traditional planner spread. So if that's something that you want to use, you totally can. You could write out things on your calendar in here. You could plan out different things related to your goals. I normally don't use this, but that's there if you want to. Since this is January, they give you some nice coaching on how to use a tending list and how to make the most of it. And then this page here gives you a chance to brain dump. I definitely use this page. I will get everything out of my head and write down any ideas I have for monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals. I'll just get it all out and I make a big mess, and then I look for themes. I look for things that can be combined. I look for, maybe that monthly idea I have would actually be something I could work on a weekly basis. And so I'm gonna move it over there. And then I always have more ideas than I really have time for or space for on the tending list. So then I simplify it and I make some hard choices and choose what's really gonna make the biggest difference. So the way that you're choosing what to work on each month, for me, is always a combination of what were those annual goals that I set? Because obviously those are really important things. I put a lot of time into choosing those things and I want to make progress on them. And it's also a combination of like things that have come up throughout the year that are important for that month. So I can't always I didn't know that we were gonna move in 2021. So that definitely changed my goals and added some things in that I had on my monthly goals that weren't necessarily part of my annual goals. So then this is the tending list. This is really like where things happen with PowerSheets. This is the page that if you keep your PowerSheets out on your desk or in a visible place, which I do very much encourage you to do, or at a minimum, create a habit for yourself of checking in on your PowerSheets daily or at least weekly, but more ideally daily at some kind of specific point in your day, like a certain time of the day or after I come back from dropping the kids off at school. First thing I do, I always check my PowerSheets or something like that. So this is where you have space then for monthly goals, weekly goals, and daily goals. And one thing I love about PowerSheets that they switched in the last couple years is instead of having just a checkbox for your monthly goals, they have a progress bar. So kind of like a little fundraising thermometer that you fill in. You can fill in the progress bar over the month as you're making progress on things. And progress matters even if you don't always complete something fully. So that's a fun little feature. So that's attending list. And then there's just one page at the end of each month to fill out to kind of reflect on the month. I think it's a really good chance to just spend time with God, reflect, pray, process through. I always fill out this page as I am setting my goals for the previous month. So like when I'm setting my February goals at the end of January, I will fill out this page and then I'll move into the February tab and set my goals. To be honest, I am usually tempted to just skip this page because I'm like, I just need to get into the goals. I need to set my goals. But every time I fill this out and think about like favorite memories from this month, who or what I'm grateful for, goals that are going well, what's not working right now. Like when I think through that stuff, I'm always so glad that I did. It's always so powerful. So that takes us to February, which is going to look just like January did, and every month is the same. But then each quarter, so this is the last piece that we haven't talked about yet, you have a quarterly refresh. So the first one will be in April, of course, and you're gonna wanna spend just a little bit more time on your monthly goal setting for the month because you're gonna redo your check-in where you rate each area of your life and you choose a number and you're gonna see how that compares to previously and just jot down some thoughts about it. Make sure that you are paying attention to and stewarding all the areas of your life well. Not that you can be accomplishing huge goals in each area, but just to make sure that we're not totally neglecting one area. They'll give you some coaching. You'll write out like what I'm saying yes to this quarter, what I'm saying no to. I love this page. It's very good coaching as a coach. The questions really help you get unstuck and they're simple, but just taking the time to think through these things. I mean, sometimes the questions I ask my clients are not like these crazy things. We just need to stop and reflect and have a planner or a person or ourselves ask us questions like, well, what's not going very well? Why am I getting stuck? You know, things like that. What is it that's really holding me back? What might have to change for you to move forward on this goal? What might happen if you did move forward? What might happen if you didn't? So good. And then you have a space here, just like you did back when you wrote out your annual goals at the very beginning. You have a space to rewrite that list. So maybe you've tweaked those goals just a little bit, or maybe one of them's completed and so you don't need to list it anymore. Maybe you've decided to just do quarterly goals, so then you could have a whole new list here. Whatever you want, use that however you want. I do it differently every year just based on what seems to make logical sense and how God seems to be leading me. And then some space to plan the season ahead, break your goals down, and then that's it for the refresh. Now you're into the regular April monthly goal planning and attending list. So as a life coach, I 100% put my stamp of approval on PowerSheets. They are essentially self-guided coaching. Like I said, they walk you through the prep work, walks you through so many good questions that help you get really clear on what's working, what's not working, what matters to you. And PowerSheets work. I've seen them help me change and accomplish huge things in my own life. I mean, things that make me emotional when I think about how faithful God has been and how he just, how he shows up and how we can participate with him in small, surrendered, faithful, consistent ways to accomplish and change amazing things that are not just a blessing to us, but bless others as well. So obviously you can tell there's a few pages there in that prep work. How do I make time for all of it? Because if you know you're not going to use this tool, please don't buy it. It's not going to change your life sitting in the box, although the box that comes in is very pretty, I will say. So I usually schedule time in early December each year with two of my best friends who live near me, who use PowerSheets, and we hang out at a coffee shop or a pretty space and we get started on our PowerSheets together. Then I set aside even more time throughout December when my kids are out of the house or I can get out of the house to complete my prep work and set my annual goals. So I think it's something that you could fill out all at one time. And I know that Cultivate What Matters has an event that you can sign up for, Cultivate Your Year Live, to help go through your PowerSheets kind of with other people. But that's what seems to work for me. I like to start in early December, and I like to break it up into chunks, partially out of necessity, but partially because your mood can kind of change from day to day, or even what you think is important depending on like what book you just read or something, right? Or like what YouTube video you just watched and you're like, oh, I'm all about this. And then a week later that changes. So I like to give plenty of space to reflect and to just let the goals kind of marinate and marinate and really feel like they're solidified and prayed over and coming from what truly matters to me and what really feels the most essential for the upcoming year. So, by the way, there are a lot of different colors and even patterns of PowerSheets color covers if you don't love neutrals as much as I do. So we'll put some photos of the other covers on the screen here for you to see. There are also all sorts of accessories for your PowerSheets if you're into that. I tend to keep it pretty simple, but Cultivate What Matters was so sweet to send me some extra goodies. I purchased my own PowerSheets for years with my own money, and I sang their praises even though I was paying for them myself, and now they are generous enough to gift them to me and send them to me in advance each year. No strings attached. So they sent me the PowerSheets and they sent me these extra goodies too, like this sticker book that I showed you, which to be fair, it is like really fun. They are really beautiful stickers. Some of them are just pretty, and then some of them are like to help you do the color coding in there and like categorize your goals. And they've got like little praise hand emojis and like encouragement for yourself. So some of my friends get very excited about those. I've got pouches you can get in different colors where this band on the pouch actually can slide onto your PowerSheets so they can stick together. You can keep your pretty pens and all your stuff in there. They have all sorts of beautiful washi tape that matches the PowerSheets. So honestly though, you definitely don't need all this stuff. I think sometimes people want to start with PowerSheets and they go and look at all these bundles and all the extra stuff and they're like overwhelmed, like, what do I need? Or, oh wow, this seems like a big investment for all these things. If that stuff is fun for you and you have plenty of money in your budget for these extras and you really think they're going to help you get better results with your goal setting, go for it. Otherwise, I would start with just the PowerSheets and prove to yourself that you will use them. It's worth the investment, and then you can always get extra accessories and resources if you want. I will put our affiliate link below in case you do want to purchase them. And we also have a giveaway. So one lucky subscriber is going to get a set of these 2022 PowerSheets with plenty of time to fill them out before 2022 in the color of your choice for totally free. So the link for that giveaway is below. And right before I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to share with you about PowerSheets, I was watching this video about child trafficking and a sweet little boy in Haiti who was kidnapped by traffickers. And this may sound weird, but I just thought like PowerSheets and goals in the hands of believers whom God has given ambition can be such a force for good and a way to bring Christ's light into dark places. And I don't just mean to fight child trafficking in faraway countries, but like these are a tool to bring light to your neighborhood, to your kids' public school, to your extended family, to your city and beyond. So if you know that God has given you a spark of drive and ambition, you're a planner and a doer, don't waste that gift. Definitely don't be ashamed of it. Use it well. Surround yourself by other driven Christian women who make you feel more normal and who spur you on, and prayerfully invest in your growth or in tools like PowerSheets if that's right for you. Not primarily so that you can live a perfect life, but so that you can honor the one who made you perfect with his death. And you don't need PowerSheets by any means, but they are a tool that helps you simplify and streamline and strengthen your goal setting process so that instead of coasting through life, you can be proactive about it. So let me know if you have any questions below. Again, I will also put a link to PowerSheets below. I'm also going to put a link to my totally free 10-day email series where I cover 10 very common goal setting pitfalls that I see with women and what to do instead to avoid that. And if you want to work with me as your coach, I would love to. I would be honored to. I'm always here for you. Look for that info. I love you so much, my ambitious go-getter Christian friends, and I will see you in the next video.